Okay, this is a battle between me and Deepblade from the O&M forums. I've led with Clown Hands, my Hariyama. He's gone with Ambipom. I can take a fake out easily enough, and I know U-turn isn't going to do a lot of damage to me since I resist it, so I'm just going to use knockoff so that I can take an item off one of his team members quite early on. It's always a nice thing to do. Now taking leftovers off a wall is always nice, so that's cool. I decided to stay in just to see sort of how much he could do to me. Turns out he can do a fair bit, which is why I now decided to switch out. I'll send in my Tentacruel, and he'll do exactly what his name says. Throw down some toxic spikes, because it's always good to get them down early, just so that I can start poisoning his team. I knew he was going to use Earth Power, so I went over to my Glisker. I was hoping he'd be Spect or Scarfed, since he didn't take Life Orb damage. So I tried for an Earthquake. Obviously, it doesn't hurt Cresselia. Ninetales, he took the Ice Beam with ease, which is why I brought him in. And now this is basically the magic of Ninetales. He hypnosises something, and then nasty plots up a few times. I decided to Fire Blast after 2, just because after 3 I figured he'd bring in his Heatran to try and get a boost. I got a critical there. Now I think it would have done about 85% without, so I was a bit lucky there. I can't actually hurt Heatran there, so I risk a switch to Glisker just because I don't really want to bring anything in on Earth Power. And then I knew he'd probably switch there, so I brought in Tentacruel, or even if he hadn't switched, he wouldn't have been able to hurt me enough. So now I've got my second layer of toxic spikes down, which is good, because now everything's going to get quite badly hurt. I was expecting a move other than Earth Power, which is why I stayed in, and obviously I got that. Surf did quite a number on him, so I decided to keep using it. It's not done a bad amount to Tangrowth, especially with Poison as well, so I figure I can probably stretch this into a 3 or 4 hit KO, plus my Tentacruel was probably the best thing I had to take the sleep, because I should be able to get it a free switch in later against his Slowbro or something to wake up on. Now I knew he was going to knock something off, and Hariyama is low on health and probably not going to do much more in this battle, which is why I decided to bring him in to take it. Then I was hoping for a Leech Seed, because Hariyama's got loads of HP, which is why I went to Tentacruel, but unfortunately he Power Whipped, so I'll jump over to Regigigas to take it. Although fortunately, even though I've taken a bit of damage, I can just jump between my team and Poison will slowly kill him anyway, which is nice. And now here he can probably 3 or 4 hit KO me with Power Whip, although it'll miss soon enough anyway. So I decide to just go straight in for the kill with Return, and then Poison finishes him off. And it also means I don't lose any health to Leech Seed this turn, which is nice. I wasn't sure what kind of set he was playing, so I went to Glisker hoping for a Swords Dance set, or a physical set. Unfortunately he's a special set, but that doesn't really matter, because Glisker's main purpose for me is to wall physical Lucarios, which this isn't, so it doesn't really matter. Now I noticed the Life Orb damage, so I figure I'll sacrifice Glisker and Hariyama just to get some more damage on him, since I don't really have much that can counter him. Anyway, Ninetales is faster than him, so I figured he'd switch to his Heatran to try and get a Flash Fire boost. My only other attacking move is Energy Ball, so I really cannot hurt it at all. I brought in Regigigas. Now I can just Drain Punch and restore my health while draining his, which is very nice. I was expecting him to stay in or switch to Slowbro or something, So I decided to keep going, restore my health, and get turns off my slow start. Now I knew I could take one of these aura spheres, which is why I stayed in. I decided to Thunder Wave just because it'll work out better for my team now in case he switches out. I did actually forget about Vacuum Wave there, but fortunately it barely scratched Regigigas. Now I'm on really low health, and I doubt I'll be doing much more in this battle, so I decided to stay in and just sacrifice him in the name of getting some cheap damage on Ambipom with Poison and Life Orb. Now I was expecting him to fake out just because why not. Fortunately he Brick Breaked, although both would have killed me. Now there, Slowbro took the U-turn with ease, even though it's super effective, but I decided to slack off the damage just because I wasn't quite sure how much it was going to do. And it also means now that I can scout his Slowbro, see what it's doing. I was expecting him to use a Hidden Power Electric rather than Grass Knot, because I bred that for him, and I thought it had it. But obviously Grass Knot's hurting me quite a bit now, but fortunately I could just let the Toxic build up by stalling with slacking off. I figured he was going to slack off there, so I brought in my Tentacruel to get some free turns off the sleep counter, and because I'm pretty sure he can't hurt me that much. Yeah, now this bit was pretty much just a matter of who could wake up first, since I didn't really have any safe switch-ins. I'm one turn ahead of him, which was good, so we just keep fighting to see who can actually attack and finish the other one. Fortunately I wake up and surf him. I'm not sure whether his Earth Power would have killed, but it definitely would have put me really low on health. And now Tentacruel's main job is done here, so I decide to just kind of sacrifice him to get free damage on Ambipom, also because I don't have anything that can really counter him. Yeah, so this game has mostly been because I can't counter his Pokemon directly, so I've been kind of sacrificing things. But fortunately with Toxic Spikes and everything, I don't really need to do that much damage myself. Now again I took a U-turn just to get a free slack off in. And again I can stall out his Slowbro just between Hidden Power and the Toxic Poison, which is very nice. I've just got to dodge his Grass Knot critical hitting me. Now I knew he wasn't going to surf, so Ninetales got in nice and safely. Even though I got a critical there, it didn't really matter since it would have one hit KO'd. And now his Ambipom's going to kill himself this turn, so I figured it was pointless switching. And yeah, that's the game. Good game, Deepblade. Well played.